Hello, Caitlin. This will be some final video feedback for you in focusing on the web banner. You come a long ways. I read through your submission that, I'm better late than never. I won't penalize you for that. So I'm glad you improved it. And your skills are building too. I appreciate the amount of work and research that you've done in order to get this far. So I will take that into account. And if you have any problems, questions, moving forward, don't hesitate to reach out. We've got 2 weeks left. Caitlin, let me begin by saying that, you've got some great ingredients here too. I like the motion of the seascape. Perhaps you could get maybe a transition towards the end of it so there isn't this little jump, that it doesn't really cease to the surf to move, gently. It looks like you've got it on loop. So, but I think that's fine. I think it's just the right amount of movement. This is a little hard to read, however, and you might consider using the corporate typeface. This looks like a serif typeface of some kind, a hairline serif. It takes a little jump right there, and it does draw my attention. Was that intentional? The other thing I would suggest is, if you can, is bleed the image off the edges, maybe at least the right side. These little bands, I don't know if they're quite equal in width. My eyes have been playing tricks on me, but this one looks slightly whiter. And I think visually it would be great if this seascape just bled, that is to say, extended past the edge of the field. Good job on importing the logo. I know that you had difficulties with that too. Vector objects, smart objects, you have to be careful for the same reasons that you have to be careful about linking to photos or images rather than embedding them. But you've got the ingredients now. You've got a handle on making them move. I think it's just a little bit of refinement, typographic refinement. It's generally understood that if you click on a web banner ad, it will take you to the website. But I'm thinking you still probably want some contact information, perhaps a phone number. It's up to you, of course. I like the simplicity of this. The use of the corporate palette is great. So I'll open up the Photoshop file next. All right, so ample screenshots, a good start in your final reflection. You probably won't use all of them. So, edit them out. Think about critical points in your design process that you would like to illustrate and use them. The final reflection, I think, is like 4 pages long. And, this is ample amount of screenshots. You want to knit them together either with captions or some running narrative that explains your process. So here I'm assuming is your Photoshop file. Now this may be, is this an earlier submission? Sorry, that was Adriana's in the background there. Okay, so I hope I'm looking at the right thing here. It says that it is your file. Is this an earlier submission or is this a later one? It looks like you graduated, or perhaps you started out this way, with the video timeline editor. That's great. This is a fairly common interface for video timeline editing, for video editing. So I'm glad you found that. So what does it do here? I like your the one that you posted in the discussion board better, but I can see this as a part of your learning process. I'm not crazy about I'm glad you did it, but I'm not crazy about the 3-dimensional lettering here, which doesn't seem to be showing up. So again, it looks like you figured out the problem with linking versus embedding resources, and that's probably why I'm not seeing it. So I'll leave it here. Clearly, with a lot of work, you have been able to solve most of your problems. But even so, if you need help moving forward, don't hesitate to reach out. Good job, Caitlin.